I think I agree with pieces of what you guys are both saying. I mean, I think in my mind, a fair and secure election is what we all want to strive for. I personally am not an expert, so I'm not going to sit here and tell people like, oh, this is the way we should secure it. This is the way that we need to make it easier. I think that a lot of things in the Democrat in Biden's bill that Jason was mentioning about how making voting day a holiday, extending hours. I think that's all fine and dandy. I just know that I was living in Pennsylvania during the 2020 election, and I was working for the local Republican Party there. We did see low levels of fraud. We did see low levels of people, messing around, and there were some suspicious things that happened. I don't know if it's enough. I can't say for a fact if it's enough to overturn election or change election. I just know that our elections are not as secure as they should be. So I would like to secure them even more.
Also, one of the central components here is like just giving people confidence in the elections. That's all. So like
yes.
In addition, like what you need in order to have a functional democracy, a functional republic, is that the people have faith that their votes are accurately counted. And I don't think that's a partisan point, actually. I think that should, because like, look at the surveys. The Washington Post and the ABC News do a survey after every election about the extent to which people think that the president was legitimately elected. Okay. And if you go back to the beginning of this century, every single time the base of the opposing party has some degree of believing that the guy was elected illegitimately. Now, dirty little secret is that Democrats are at a higher rate. So when Bush was elected in 2000, obviously a contentious election, but then reelected in 2004, and then when Trump was elected in 2016, each of those times, Democrats by a wider margin, Americans by a wider margin, thought that the Republican president was illegitimate. And so I think what we should be on guard for is the trust deficit. So obviously what we really want is a system where anyone who wants to vote, who's eligible to do that, can and does. And then they can have faith that their vote was accurately counted and that nobody else's vote was in the system that shouldn't have been.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. And it's like a thing where I think Republicans have a knee-jerk reaction to whatever Biden's going to say, because he prefaces it by saying very divisive things like, oh, we're the side of MLK. And then Republicans automatically don't want to listen to whatever voting rights bill he has to say. Whether that's good or bad, I can't really say. But at the end of the day, he's a politician. He has to not be divisive and he has to appeal to people. And he's just really not doing that.